everyone to the baby naming ceremony of the beautiful new parents Calvin and Susie Brown. My name is Luana Schmucker and I am a civil celebrant and I will be the host for this event. Today we gather to celebrate an abundance of new and old things, new life and old life, friends and family and new beginnings and exciting ventures starting out. Not just for these two as parents, but for all of us as a team, as this child will have its way of making a difference in all of your lives in some way or another. It's such a beautiful way to celebrate and welcome an exciting time for all, so thank you for your time and your presence today. I'd like to start off by welcoming this little squish into the world we're living today. Here we walk on the sacred land of the Kaurna people. I would like to acknowledge the original custodians of the land who we pay our respects to as a tribe we are here today, to the elders past, present and rising, and acknowledge all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders among us today, and ask for their blessing and guidance along the way of the journey for these two special souls and this fresh start. What a beautiful time in our lives to be a part of this. Sometimes these things just swing by with such speed. It's a really beautiful time to slow down and be here and be present and to share this with all of you today, so thank you. There are a few housekeeping rules I'd like to shout out before we really delve into things. Just a few courtesy things. The toilets are located to the left side of this building. There's a disabled access and they are very easy to find, but find an exit buddy if you need one. Calvin and Susie have asked for all phones to be on silent throughout the ceremony. If you desperately need to take a call, exit the back entrance, which will take you to the back garden away from the presentation. So thank you. Today we are creating a time capsule. As I'm sure you all know and have seen on your invites, if you wanted to contribute or write a blessing or wishing well message to the little squish, more than welcome. Everything being said and presented today is going into the time capsule. And if you haven't contributed but you want to, there are some pieces of paper and some pens on the signing table for any late wishes to be contributed. Today I'd like to present to you these two lovebirds, Calvin and Susie. 12 years these guys have been together, and that's an achievement in itself. From what I've learnt, there's been many adventures and they have had a very wild ride on the journey of life, and they are so grateful and happy to have you all here today. The story of how these two met sets back to a Christmas show in 2011, and apparently this has a lot to do with Julie. Wherever she is, she sounds cheeky, and I like cheeky. Beautiful. Well, apparently we are here today because Calvin can still make a fool of himself without getting embarrassed, and Susie is as fit as she ever was. But we're here today to celebrate the new little miracle these intertwined lives have created. So Susie and Calvin, may I ask you, what should we be calling this sweet little man today?
Riley Jacob Sterling.
And how have you chosen this name? Calvin to explain the name. Thank you, Calvin. That was wonderful. As we keep things moving, I'd like to ask the team G and G from the other side, Granny and Pop Brown, to please come to the front and list their reading and wishes for Riley, please. Grandma and Grandpa Brown will do a reading of their own choice, which they have chosen the poem Baby Naming Day by Anonymous. Thank you, Papa and Granny Brown. If I could please have a copy of that poem that will be going into Riley's time capsule. That will be open for his 21st or his 30th, depending on when Calvin and Susie want to open it. It's so nice to have you here and thank you for your beautiful reading. Today we have a couple of key players who will be playing a huge part in Riley's life. I would like to ask Sam and Tom to come to the front, please, to accept their gifts from Calvin and Susie and to say a few words about guidance, and after their speech we'll be doing the signing of the baby naming certificate and the guardian certificate. Boys do their speech. Thank you both. If you could make your way over to the signing table to sign Riley's naming certificate and sign your official guardian certificate, that would be great. Alright, if I could ask Tom and Sam to come and sign the certificates for Riley. Tom, I'll get you to sign just here. Yep. And just here, mate. Perfect, thank you. Cheers. And Sam, I'll just get you to sign just here. And just here. Perfect, thank you very much. Yay! Yay! Awesome! Now we're getting to the teary part. May I ask you, Calvin and Susie, to come share something that you have chosen to read and do your official thank yous. Calvin and Susie to speak. That concludes the ceremony. There will be a catered lunch and some drinks at the Holdfast Hotel shortly after this, around 12:30 p.m. If you are interested in catching up and hanging out, Calvin and Susie would love to see you there. Thanks again for having me, guys, and thank you everyone for making the effort to be here today.